What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my messy office. Things have been hectic up and tired, but life is good. Oh, it's the talk show once again on Sunday. This your boy Onyx at Going Full Nerd. I guess I need to kill this music. Let me kill this music, and the music is out of here. Yo, okay. Man, it's been a rough week. But I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate people who subscribe, like, and share the channel. It is awesome. I appreciate every last little bit of it. So, if you see the title on you now, you got a small little piece of the title of today's show. And if you're on YouTube, in the live chat area of YouTube, you get the full title. So the full title of today's show is The Return of Larenz Tate and Comic Convention Blues. Okay, I wish I had like the licensing right. You remember the old school jam, Ill Street Blues? I wish I could have been doing that during the comic convention portion of today's, 30 minutes of fame that I always like to do, or 17, 18 minutes, depending on how fast I get through this. But it is what it is. Now, last week, you didn't get a live stream. You got you got the video. You got the video because, like I said, if you watched last week's video, I was out of town, had a death in the family, my dad, and had to go pay my final respects. We had his interment ceremony, made it there safely, made it back safely, as you can see. So that makes it worthwhile for me to be back live once again, 6 o'clock Sunday nights. Give or take a couple of minutes, CP time. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. And also remember, if you want the full screen experience, the nice screen experience, please make sure you watch the live stream on YouTube whenever you get the chance. I know you guys love You Now. It's quick, it's easy, and it does what it does. Shout out to my people on You Now. Appreciate my man Supreme D, Ernest. I appreciate you coming in, peeping out the show. My man Otto Young, always dropping bars. Dropping bars and applause. That's what I'm talking about. So, I think I need to get to what we always talk about. I think we need to get to what I go down with. And this is what the deal is. All right, so I didn't give you a top 5 movie last week, so let me give you last week's top 5 movies, then get into this week's top 5 movies, and then we can roll into my subject matter of today's show. How's that sound? We can make that work? We're going to make that work. So last week, top 5. Ooh, Dunkirk. That came out last week. So, war movie, not what your boy going to look for. I'm already loopy in the head, so I'm not going to go ahead and maybe watch something to set me off. But, hey, it is what it is. It looks good. Sounds good. So, hey, you deal with what you got to deal with. So that seems, war movie seems pretty cool. So now, let's move forward. Let's see what we got. Number 2 in last week's box office is Girls Trip. And we're going to get back to that movie in a minute. All right, followed by Spider-Man Homecoming. It dropped all the way down to 3 from number 2 from that week prior to that one. Then you also had War of the Planet of the Apes. And then it was a new flick. I thought I was kind of hyped because the visuals was all that. But it debuted at number 5 behind Girls Trip. And that was Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. I knew that this movie was going to have problems from the giddy up when they were showing it before the credits. They were showing it during the movie previews. Where they talk about television shows. They was talking about Valerian. I'm like, yeah, it looks good, but I might pass on that one. So, we'll see what happens, all right? So now let's fast forward to this week's movies. We're going to fast forward to this week's movies. Top 5 this week. Dunkirk. Once again, it's on. It's up at the top. It's number 1. So, it's making me say, do I need to go watch a war movie? Do I need to go watch a war movie? I'm not really trying to get the tearjerker, get my heart wrenching, had a PTSD just flaring up in the back of the brother's head. I'm not really looking forward to that. But I digress. It is the number 1 movie 2 weeks in a row. The number 2 movie, brand new on the list, the Emoji Movie. Now, I kind of want to see it, but I kind of don't want to see it. And the reason I want to see it is because, hey, I like the poop emoji because I'm the ish, baby. Yo, that makes me want to see it. But I've heard a couple of reviews. I know I'm going to save my thing for if I see it. Yo, somebody sent me a bootleg. No, I'm just playing. But I'm going to have to check that out. Maybe. See if I got some matinee time coming up. I may have to go peep that. Number 3, dropping from number 2, Girls Trip. I said we're going to get back to this movie because that's the movie I saw, and that's the movie we're reviewing this week. And I'll tell you why. Something. It's in there. It's in there. We deal with it. Then, number 4, Atomic Blonde. Now, I thought I had a few more higher hopes for this premiering a little higher on the charts this week. So, Atomic Blonde I'm going to have to check out because that one didn't get good reviews either. And your boy got to get his 2 cents in it. So, it's not looking good right now. This is supposed to be summer blockbuster season. What's happening, people? And then, last but not least, we're following up with Spider-Man Homecoming coming in at 4. Still holding on. It's been there 4 weeks in the top 5. Maybe it could pull a Wonder Woman, but it did have kind of a drop-off. It's still double-digit millions. It's 13 million this week, but yeah. After that first weekend, it was like slam banging, and then after that, it was like, yeah. But anyway, and then coming in at number... I actually touched... That was... Spider-Man Homecoming was number 5. Atomic Blonde was number 4. I actually clicked on number 6 by accident, and Water Planet of the Apes dropped out of the top 5. Figures, monkey shines, whatever you want to call it. All right, now let's get to the gist of the program. Let's get here. I got all that administrative stuff out the way. Bam, throw that chub out to the side. So, let me get back to it. I actually saw a movie this week. I saw a movie. Okay, and I went and saw Girls Trip. All right, I did that long drive. Came back, had a day of rest before I went back to work. And I watched Girls Trip with the wife. I watched Girls Trip. There's every so often you got to go to a movie that you really don't want to see, and you got to sit through it. You got to do it because that's your duty as a spouse, significant other, boyfriend, as that support channel. You got to do all that. That's what you got to do. Take this from me, fellas who tune in. Sometimes you got to give. And, you can't just take all the time. That's my little advice. You got to give. So now, let's talk about this, okay? I was expecting to sit there kind of bored. I ain't going to lie. Because, number 1, I know everybody says support, black film. Take one for the team. That's right, my man. That's right. Take one for the team. And, you support black films. You got black actors, black cast. But we all know, the Wayans brothers puts out a movie every now and then, and you don't want to support them. Then you get the Ice Cube movies. Yeah, okay. But it's a targeted demographics. You don't get a real big mixed audience when you get these types of movies. Now, Girl Trip is one of those movies. You're not going to have a big mixed audience. You may have some because this movie plays on all stereotypes and all that. But I can't recommend paying full price to see it. I can't. This is a matinee movie. This definitely is a matinee movie. Even though I found myself crying, laughing, watching this movie. And the reason why I found myself crying, laughing, because I know people like this. And that's what is the appeal for these movies. You know, it's over the top, but I know people like that. I know people that get down like that. But it made me feel some kind of way. It really made me feel some kind of way. And it made me feel some kind of way because of one actor, one person, Larenz Tate. You know, I mean, I'm old school. I'm back in the day. I remember when Larenz Tate was in Menace to Society and was my man Old Dog, running around, just gangster, hard, all 5'2" of him. You know, looking like 5'2". They put him on screen with Queen Latifah in this movie. He looked like Queen Latifah, little boy. You know, you had Michael Coulter playing the bad guy. I'm gonna call it the bad guy in this movie. And you know, you got him competing against Larenz Tate. I'm like, you know, really? But the movie was made by one character. And I can't remember the comedian's name. I can't remember her name. I have no clue. But she played the character Dina. Yo, she was off the chain. That's why you gotta watch the movie. You know, it made me feel old. You know, don't get it twisted. And then watching Haddish, there you go. And this is my thing. It made me feel old because all the stuff they reference, I'm like, damn, that's when I was young, hitting the club, doing my thing. I'm like, yo, okay. And then all of a sudden they talking about these people like they grown, like, oh, they too old. This movie, number one, it typecast my man Larenz Tate because he's been getting typecast as this for a while. He's typecast as Captain Saver. You know what? Saver. Oh. You know? And, you know, it just also made me feel like I had to tell my wife, yo, no vacations for you. You don't get to go nowhere with the girls by yourself. I mean, they had things swanging. They had stuff going down, fights. And, oh, man. But the movie was funny as get out. I do recommend to go check it out as a matinee. Redbox. Yeah, no Essence fans. No girls night. Don't hit South Beach. None of that joint. All right? None of that. None of that. Don't, you know, girls trip will make you not want to have anybody that you connected with in a romantic way go off by themselves hanging. This movie, I will say, it was a mix of The Hangover with How Stella Got Their Groove Back. That's how I'm going to say it. All right? And it also served as a way, you know, Larenz Tate needs some work. He needs a job. Let's get him in this movie, you know, and get him some screen time somewhere, you know, being Captain Saver, you know what. I'm just saying. I'm just leaving it at that. So what do I give Girls Trip? All right. Now, people say I've been bad about my reviews. People is like, damn, you've been giving out threes. You've been shooting threes like Steph Curry. And I'm going to hit this one with a 3 from Beyond the Arc. Because the movie was funny. All right? It was funny. But I just, it's good to see. I don't want to pay full price. It wasn't bad. It wasn't for me sitting there saying, oh, this is hot. This is not. You know, this is what I got to say. You know, it's a movie. It's a movie. You got to do it. And sometimes you got to do what the wife wants you to do. You got to go see stuff that she wants to see. So that's how I'm doing. 3 out of 5. I was laughing. Truthfully, you get it from me. It's a good Redbox and chill flick. Don't watch it around kids. You know, it is what it is. So now, part 2. Part 2. Let me do it. I know, yeah, the ladies love this movie. Movie theater full of women. I felt like I was back at 50 Shades of Grey. But anyway, let's go to the main part. Let's nerd it back in, folks. Let's nerd it back in. We're going to talk of comic book conventions. I mentioned it in the video from last week. I said it from the video last week. And, life is getting hard for a player. The channel, the YouTube channel, we've grown. Let me throw it out here. We've grown. We got big. We got boom, boom. We blew up. Yeah. We got the over 1,000 subscribers. We're getting constant views. We got people sending notes back and forth. Yes, we doing our thing. Right? Right? Oh. The organizers at ReedPop, they just shit on your boy for the second year in a row. Let me throw it out there. Second year in a row. After supporting them hard, rolling hard, going there, promoting them, doing their thing 5 years in a row when I couldn't rub 2 subscribers together. And they don't want to support your boy no more. They don't want to give your boy press passes no more. They want to hit your boy up and be like, yo, man, we done blew up. It's like that one cat. You get that one person that in your crew, they get the good job, they grow up, you get grown. They was crazy back in the day. They was like, oh man, I'm down, let's roll, let's do this. And now they show up at the reunion and they kind of, pass the Grey Poupon. Yeah, oh no, I don't do that no more. My name is Bernard now, or some crazy stuff. That's how I'm feeling with New York Comic Con and ReedPop. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling they was down for the struggle when they was struggling, but now that they got up here, they like, hold up, you didn't grow as fast as we did, so let me holler back at you. All right. I'm not slamming them. New York Comic Con is a beast. I love it. It spoiled me, but I will say, well, I'm gonna go to the emoji. Don't they have a FU emoji sometimes? I might say that. This might not help me get press passes in the future, but oh well. I'm calling it like I see it now. You don't want to stick with your boy now that you done got all big and fancy. You fancy now, huh? I was there when you couldn't get nobody in the Avengers panel. I was there when you couldn't get nobody to interview with Mike Tyson. Remember that. I'm just saying. But that brings me to how I say, you know what? Okay, they want to treat a player bad. If I'm going to support somebody, I'm going to support the little guy. I'm going to go to the little guy. If I'm going to shell out some money, I'm going to go to the little guy. So I went to a first year inaugural comic convention in Northern Virginia yesterday. It was called NOVACon. All right? NOVACon, I'm going to do this. And I've been attending a lot of smaller conventions. Been going to lots of small ones. But NOVACon, I'm going to tell you, this one has potential. I see the potential in NOVACon that I saw when I first started going to New York Comic Con, okay? Wasn't too big. It wasn't huge, all right? You had your cosplayers, you had your artist alley, you had your cells where they had a gaming area for all the role player games. They had their panels. Wasn't too hot on some of the panels. The panels were cool. The panel lineup, I'm going to put this out there. NOVACon, you want a panel? I got your panel. I'm a YouTuber. And I do my thing. You may think you know your thing, but my YouTube performs a little better than yours, but I'm going to leave that there. But, I'm going to throw that slight little jab, throw that jab in there. But, your boy will hook you with a panel. All you got to do is reach out. Let me throw that out there. And I could get a panel live. We'll be a hot panel. It'll be an adult panel talking some stuff. But we could get you next year. We can get you. But it was good. The only thing, it got to have time to get through growing pains. The one thing that I couldn't really dig about it was the venue. The venue, it was at the Ritz-Carlton in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. Ritz-Carlton, nice, slamming, big bang, boom, boom. But their facility just didn't, it was too convoluted, too compressed, and they had to break things up between 2 floors. There was ways for you to get around security that I noticed, even though I paid my way. I'm a supporter, but people could have just walked in. If you was somebody that was just staying in the hotel, you had 100% access to this joint, which, is cool, but it has the potential to be a great convention in the future. I will give it that. I will do that. I will say that. So, NOVACon, congrats on your first year convention. I give you big thumbs up. get with that. DC 50 television station kind of promoted them. WB, so they had the Flash characters. I got to see some good celebrity guests. They had Kelly Hu, Lady Deathstrike. They had Barb from Stranger Things. They had William Cat, Greatest American Hero. And they had my man, the OG Flash, up in that piece. Not Gunslinger. You know him as he plays, Barry Allen's dad. But, they had the OG Flash, my Flash with the big puffy suit, up in the convention. But, it is what it is. You got to enjoy what you can enjoy. And you got to look at it as, hey, it can only go up from here. So keep up the good work, fellas, if you get the chance and holler at your boy. And then plus, my favorite brewery was there. If you watch my Instagram feed, I know you saw my face. If you followed the Instagram and Twitter, when I was walking through, I was kind of like this. Because I was so tired during that day. It was ridiculous. They had a great little after party thing. I have to give them credit. NOVACon, good work. So that's it. That's all I got for this week. 22 minutes of fame. I did pretty all right. Remember, like I said, recap, NOVACon, pretty tight. And then the next and final thing that I could say is boom. Hey, what you gonna go and enjoy? All I can say is this. Peep it out. Enjoy, and check out Girls Trip, decent matinee, and then hopefully we get some good science fiction movies, get some good nerd movies, get some good nerd stuff that you could check out. All right, so your boy's out of here. Peace out. Remember, if you can't do anything nice for anybody, just don't do nothing. Peep it out. I'm out of here. Peace. Let me go ahead and hit that music, and I'm out of here. I think I need to do some of the cool stuff. I need the cool stuff. Here's the cool stuff. Here's the cool stuff. Y'all ready? Boom. Make sure you subscribe. You don't get to see the whole screen, but YouTube, you do. Let's do it. Bam! Subscribe, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.